What's up guys, welcome to your 39th Java tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be talking about overloaded constructors. Now you guys already know what a constructor is. It's pretty much a method with the same name as that class, and whenever you create an object it automatically calls that method or does that method. So I told you guys how to build a constructor, and I told you guys that you can build only one constructor with the same name as the class. But I didn't tell you guys that you can build multiple constructors, and depending how many arguments you have, it picks what constructor to use. For example, if you called that object with one argument, it would have a constructor for that. If you called that object with 3 arguments, it would have a constructor that took 3 arguments. So let's go ahead and do this right now. So we first need our 3 variables, private int hour, and then we need that same thing. Let me put a semicolon instead of colon. We need that same variable with minute and second. Minutes and second. Now let's go ahead and build our first constructor. And we do this by putting public tuna, since tuna is the name of the class, and I'm not going to have any arguments for this one. We're going to do one with 0 arguments, 1, 2, and 3. So when you put one with 0 arguments, what we want to do is eventually we want to give it 3 arguments. So what we would do is put this keyword, and what this does is pretty much invoke the constructor again, but give it 3 arguments this time using 0, 0, and 0. So now we need to build another constructor. So public, actually we can probably just copy this. Copy, we're lazy, and paste. Public tuna, but instead of 0 arguments, this one, if they pass in 1 argument, what are we going to do? Well, if they pass in 1 number, then let's just assume it's the hour. So we put this hour, so if they passed in object 5, it's going to be 5 o'clock, then 0, 0. So now let's build another one, and this one's going to have 2 arguments. This one's going to have an hour and a minute. So int hour and int minute right there. So now what we want to do is invoke hour and minute, and again what this is going to do is call this constructor again, but pass it 3 arguments right here. So now you're saying, alright, if we call this constructor again, it's going to look through this one, see where there's 3 arguments, look through this one, see where there's 3 arguments, and look through this one, see where there's 3 arguments. And that's why I'm getting an X right here. It says the constructor tuna is not defined, because we keep calling a constructor with 3 arguments, but we didn't build one yet. So let's go ahead and build one right now. Let's go ahead and put public tuna, and I could have copied that, but int hour, int minute, int second. And if you watch, all of my X's just disappeared. So you see they're now up, and then once we finally build one, it disappears. So now that we have a constructor with 3 arguments, we can go ahead and build something what it does. In fact, I'm going to build another, I'm going to have it call another method right here that sets the time to hour, minutes, and seconds. And we're actually going to be building this in the next tutorial. Actually, we can probably build it right now, we have enough time. But let me explain to you first what this one does. If a user was to create an object with 0 arguments, it would give it 3 arguments by default, so it can go down here to this constructor. If a user was to enter an object with 2 arguments, it would go to this one. It would use the first number as the hour, the second one is minute, and the third one is 0. And then it would call this constructor again with 3 arguments, and the only one with 3 arguments is this. In hour, in minute is second. And then what this constructor does is set the time in a set time method. And you're saying, alright, where the F is that method? Well, we're going to build it right now, so take it easy. Let's go public void set time, and as the arguments, again, what we want to do is take 3 parameters, int h, int m for minute, and int s for seconds. Now in the body, let me scroll up a little bit. There we go, not bad. In the body, what do we want to have to set the time? Well, actually, we're going to be building 3 methods for this as well. And I know it gets confusing, but set hour, and this is going to take an hour. Set minute, and this is going to take a minute. And set second, and this is going to take a second parameter. And now once you close this, it says the method set minute is undefined, and we're actually going to build 6 more methods, I think. We're going to build methods for setting each of the times. And why do we need a new method for set hour, a new method for set minute, and set second? Well, we can't just have any hour they type in. We need to build a method for it, like last time where we set the hour, we had to check if it was between 0 and 23 or 24. And set minute, we need to make sure this is between 0 and 60, and also for set seconds. And we're also going to make another method for get method, not get method, for get hour, get minute, and get seconds. And that's just going to return everything. But we're going to be doing that next tutorial. But if you still don't know why I'm having separate methods for these, it's so only these methods can access the hour. And down here, as I said in last time, we don't want any other class to have access to this information right here. So that's why we need to build a separate set and get methods for each hour and like hour, minute, and second. But anyways, that was supposed to be for next tutorial. That was just a little jump ahead. The meat of this tutorial that I want to tell you is right here. Let's see. Yep. These are all constructors right here. One with 0 arguments, one with 1, 2, and 3. And I just want to tell you that you can build different constructors depending on how many arguments you have. That way, you don't really need the user to enter one specific set of information. It varies, and then depending on how much information they entered, it does a certain task. So if you don't understand this, I promise in the next either 1 or 2 tutorials, this will make all sense once we finally build our program and you can see what's going on. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to write this code right now. And again, like I said, by the end of these tutorials, you're going to understand why we did it and how this all works. But for now, thank you guys for watching my tutorial on overload constructors. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It is the best channel ever. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.